100-day meditation experience. I'm doing 2 hours a day of meditation, and hey, welcome. Glad to see you aboard. In various blocks, and then scoping about various insights and whatnot that I receive. Hello, hello. Glad you guys are here. Again, my name is Alan Brock, for those of y'all that don't know me already, and my company is Ground Your Divinity, and I do life and wellness coaching. So, without further ado, what my experience or insights today, with my morning meditation today, I just kind of set my hands up like this as I meditated. Y'all probably can't see that very well, can you? Let's do that again. So, just this. As some of y'all may be aware and some of y'all may not, we have energy that runs through our body. So of course we have physical organs, physical body, we have blood moving through and all that kind of stuff. We also have an energy body, an energy that moves through our body. That's the principle of acupressure, acupuncture, chakras, meridian channels, all that kind of stuff. And you can feel the energy inside your body as your awareness grows. You can also feel the energy of others. You begin playing with that energy, all of the above. And there are a lot of different energy techniques to tap into feeling that, and we may go over those over time. We may do one today. But just for what it's worth, my meditation experience today, instead of just sitting, I normally just kind of have my hands resting, and there's something about holding them up here and accessing the energy feelings in your hands. The hands are the easiest access point. They have the most nerve endings, and it's very simple and easy to feel energy with your hands, and then letting that feeling kind of begin to move into your entire body. So just sitting here as I was breathing and being with my hands up, and just little by little a tingle began to awaken. Hey, welcome, 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 welcome. A tingle began to develop, and the more I could access and feel the energy inside my hands, the more the feeling of it began to grow inside my entire body. And that presence began to awaken. And just after doing that for a little over half an hour, I felt very, very grounded and very connected. So I tell you what, let's actually play with one technique today, for those of you guys that are on, anybody else doing the replay. So, hey, welcome, Shadow. Good to see you. So, so take a moment, just wherever you are, sit down, breathe. Take a second to let all the other stuff go. Thanks, brother. Thank you. And now bring your hands up in front of your chest. And just begin, hey. And just begin tapping your fingertips together. It might be difficult if you're holding your phone. So if you have some place to set it down, that will make things easier for you. No, I'm not. And by the way, in terms of trolling and whatnot, everybody needs love, and I totally respect that, but y'all give you the choice of either growing in consciousness and joining us, or I'll block you here in a minute or so. So just a heads up. So just tap your fingers together. Breathe. And if you want to close your eyes, that's fine. Just listen to my voice. You're not going to really miss anything seeing-wise right now. I'll kind of guide you through it with my voice. But just tap your fingers. Feel your muscles. Feel your bones. Feel your skin on skin. And notice a tingle beginning to develop in your fingertips. Coming from the physical vibration, but there's just something underneath. There's a nice little tingle beginning to surface inside your fingertips. Feel your fingertips. Now let your hands separate an inch or so. What up, man? Let your hands separate an inch or so and just feel that tingle continuing. Feel the tingle. Just let it kind of spread into your hands. And however much or little you feel right now is okay. Just let it unfold over time, no worries. And then just gently let your hands float open. And at your own pace, just come back together, not quite touching. And just let your hands kind of float on their own, relaxing as much as possible, and letting your awareness rest in that tingly sensation in your fingertips, your hands, and let it spread to your arms. You may feel like you're moving through something a little bit thicker than air, maybe like a gel or a liquid. You might be experiencing a magnetic push and pull as you move, or just an expanding of the tingling sensation. Welcome, welcome. We're just kind of playing with an energy exercise right now. So just feel the tingle in your fingertips, your hands, and just let them float. Like I said, it's easier if you close your eyes at first. And just breathe and feel your hands. And little by little, sensations begin to awaken. Like I said, a deeper tingling. You may feel magnetic sensations, a resistance as you move your hands like there's a gel or a liquid. Just let yourself float and relax. Feel the tingle. Feel your breathing. Let your movement become more effortless. Almost like your hands are just moving on their own. Just feel the space in and around your hands. Welcome. Welcome. And just begin to let yourself wake up. Good to see you. Let your hands just kind of rest down on your knees. Take a breath. So for those of y'all that are still hanging with, I'm really curious what your experience is if you played with that. If you felt anything or not, or kind of where you are. It actually has a number of different things. One is, yes, it's to help to assist in focus. It also helps us awaken our senses to our energy body. And as you begin doing that, it's, I guess, a brief introduction. You can begin moving, your hands like that, and over time, you begin moving your entire body. You stand up and let it be an entire body thing, so you can begin to feel the energy in your entire body and begin to move it around. That's the principle of real, like Tai Chi and Qigong and things like that. And actually the basis for all real martial arts is not just about kicking somebody's ass. It's about developing your internal strength and ability to move energy around your body. And as you begin to tap into that, you can reside more in the feeling of energy, and rather than move your body. Yeah, no worries, man. Right on. Feel free to, exactly. Yeah, just tap your fingers, to get the physical sensation. And you don't even need that after a while. You can just jump right into it. But at first, to help people feel, tapping your fingers gets the physical vibration going. And then that leads to an easier feeling of energetic vibration. And you just kind of move. And the idea is, at first, you're kind of moving your hands intentionally, but after a while, you just kind of let them float and just let them move on their own. Cool. Thanks for the heads up, man. Tell you what, let me turn that off. My desire. Cool. Very good, man. Very good. I want to keep my laptop on because I'd like to have chatterbox feeds of what people's texts are if I miss them. But then, it is the whole fan issue, so I haven't figured out exactly how to orient that yet. Right on. Thanks, man. So this, and then just kind of feel the energy, and over time, it lets your movement come from your mind and from your intention and your will, and just the physical body kind of follows along, and then that begins to develop, like I said, to an entire body thing, and leads to a real sense of freedom and openness. It can be a moving meditation, and then you can actually get to the point where through your will, you kind of move your body all the time in your daily life, and the physical body just kind of follows with what your intention and your will is, and it creates a lot less tension in the physical body, and it's easier to move and go and do your thing without building up a bunch of resistance and tension. So it's a practice that really, really grows. But just a brief intro today. So the other thing that kind of came up to me, and something I started playing with yesterday, I know a lot of us out there, especially if you're vibing with me and on this scope, deal with anxiety issues and things like that. How does that tie to chakras? Chakras are our energy batteries, our storehouses of energy, so to speak, and they govern from the physical all the way up to the spiritual level, and think about our energy organs, if you want. And they go through the physical body, and so anything we do to access our feelings of energy begins to energize those and wake them up. And then over time, as you feel the energy and you move it around, you can also begin playing with energy in certain areas of your body. If you want to begin to access your heart chakra, you can do this. If you want to help with your third eye, you can do things like this. You can actually begin moving energy around your body wherever you need it to move. And help heal and balance your chakras and things like that. And then it just begins to open you up in terms of your higher senses and your presence and groundedness and all that kind of stuff. So welcome. Another thing that kind of came up for me is I'm going through some massive shifts in my own life, and there's pieces of me that are like, shit, how's this all going to work out? I don't know. I'm used to like having a plan of the way things are going to happen, and I don't really know. Cool. Thank you. Well, yeah, welcome. I am a big fan of spreading love and enlightenment and peace as I can, and I like to offer insights, so please feel free to follow me, and I'll be here I have a feeling I'm going to be here for a while. So we'll see how it goes. But at least for the next, 65 days during my 100-day meditation experience. And I feel that I'll be on for a while after that too. You can follow, first off, all my legit followers, I follow back. And then you can either, I'm pretty sure you can scroll up from the bottom and see Ground Your Divinity, tap on it and hit follow. Or after the broadcast, if you tap on my name in the replay window, and you can hit Ground Your Divinity and follow from there as well. And yes, any legit followers that I get, I will follow back. So this idea of a plan and not really knowing where things are going to go. You swipe left to right. Okay, cool. Thanks, Shadow. I appreciate it. So yeah, Shadow said you swipe left to right, and it'll pop up. And so there's a lot of like, well, what's going to happen? Where is this going to go? I don't know. I don't see how this is going to, and there's all these different thoughts. And then, of course, because we're human and our training in this society, there's a lot of focus on negativity and the bad things of the world. And so our thoughts come up, and it's like the worst case scenario kind of pops up, like, oh shit, what if, this happens and that explodes and I go broke and then I'm homeless and then that, and we realize these thoughts don't serve us, but sometimes you're very welcome. Sometimes our mind just kind of goes on its own because of its habit, and it's hard to shift that train of thought. And then the way that energy works and the way that perspective works, when we have positive thoughts, positive perspectives, basically thought creates perspective, right? The thoughts you have create the way you view the world. The way you view the world creates how you interpret what's going on, and then the way that you respond. And so then that has an influence on your actions, and then your actions put out in the world, and then that determines what you get back and the experience you have and how things grow or how things shatter or whatever. And then that, of course, creates more thoughts and then creates more perspectives, and it just kind of starts this cycle. So at any point in that cycle, if we begin creating higher level vibration, positive vibration stuff, it can really shift our experience of life. It's very easy also to get into a negative experience of life if we view things, hey, welcome, glad you're back. It's very easy to get into a negative experience of life. We think things are going to go bad, so we view the world. Right now I'm talking about perspectives and the way that energy and our mindset creates our experience of reality. And then I'm going to give you guys a couple ideas of how to shift if you get in a negative spiral. Yeah, Shadow, the sit back and let things work out. Right on, man. And yes, I totally agree with you on the idea of letting things work themselves out and having faith, for sure. It also, an extra level on top of that I've begun to see is when we're in that surrendered, accepting place. So if we're fighting reality at first, then, illusion of control too, yeah. And when we're fighting reality, we're in resistance mode, and we're adding extra negative energy into the world. So the first stage, and I'm glad you said that, is just having this place where you just, right on, yeah, I am north of Houston a little bit. Houston, we got problems. So is getting this place of just surrender, of acceptance of life exactly as it is right now, and letting things flow how they flow, and just letting everything work itself out. I totally agree with you. As we open to that space and begin to let go of our anxieties and our fears and those kinds of things, then we can also take practical, intentional action in a response type, creative type mode, rather than reaction like fear, anxiety mode. And when we're from that positive place, we can then create our reality much more effectively and efficiently. But yes, first it comes through the idea of surrender, and yeah, I can understand that. Right now, okay, so Slavency, if it's boring, you can stop watching. And then feel free to raise your level of consciousness and join us. Otherwise, here momentarily, I will just block you. So anyway, and I can understand this is a little odd at first. So I tell you what, if that doesn't work for you guys right now, let it go. If you're vibing with what I'm saying, awesome. If not, that's okay. The basic idea is just your perspective helps to create your experience of life, and your thoughts help to create your perspective. And it's very easy in our training nowadays. When I say training, I mean like the how. That's kind of what I was attempting to explain. As you think thoughts, then that kind of colors your world. If you have a thought that a certain person is mean, and just like you've never met this person, but everybody else around you says, "Oh, that's a bitch. She's horrible. She's mean. Or that guy's he's a dick, man." And you just get this perspective in your mind that person is mean, even though you've never met him. Then they can come up to you, and they can say, even something that's nice, like, oh, hey, that's a nice shirt, man. Um, Decently so, yes. I got my knickknacks and things. You're just seeing a very minimalist area of my home right now. But anyway, so they can come up and they can even say something like nice or neutral, like, oh, hey, nice shirt, man. And if you've already got this intention that they're mean, then your mind might go, oh, they're just being sarcastic. You're like, oh, hey, nice shirt, man. And you're like, screw you, you know. But if you've got this impression that if somebody comes around and says that, hey, this person is one of the nicest people in the world, and they're awesome, they're beautiful, and they're full of love, they can come and say the exact same thing. Hey, nice shirt, man. And you're like, oh, thank you. I really appreciate that, you know? And then, so your thoughts create your perspectives create how you interpret the world, and then that creates your response. If you think this guy's mean and he says nice shirt, then you might be like, oh, well, you know what, screw you. And then he's going to say, well, what do you mean, screw you? And then this whole negative thing, has blown up from just a perspective. On the other hand, if you think that the guy's nice, and they say nice shirt, and you're like, oh, I really appreciate that. Yeah, I like your shirt too, man. And just, and then you can start a conversation of good brotherly, sisterly love and just hang out. And so our thoughts create our perspectives, which create our actions, which then create our experience of life. And then that further reinforces the thoughts. If you have a positive interaction with somebody, you're going to generate more positive thoughts about that person or any life situation, whatever it may be. If it's negative, you're going to generate more negative thoughts. Does that make sense? Yeah, I understand. People, when you make radical shifts, it throws people off a little bit sometimes. And then I wasn't quite sure, periscoping, what you meant by that last comment. Thanks, Drake's little brother. Short answer is I believe that all roads are just different perspectives on one truth. So once we recognize this, then it's a matter of taking ownership of our master consciousness, taking ownership of our thoughts and our perspectives, and beginning to shift as appropriate and help ourselves get out of these negative spirals so that we can have a better experience of life. And a few ways to do that. One is when we're lost in thought, we're lost in emotions, come back down in your body. I know I've said this a lot, and those of you guys that have watched me a lot, you're like, yep, okay, the body thing, we got it. So awesome. Glad. Now, I would also caution, though, the mental... I was raised Christian, and I read a series of books called Conversations with God by Neil Donald Walsh, and it really helped to expand my perspective into the idea of where I could see how all religions kind of fit together, and open my awareness to a deeper or a wider perspective. I would highly recommend it. Conversations with God, Neil Donald Walsh. Walsch. So, cool. Hey, let meditation be a part of every aspect of your life. One day I would love to go to India. If you're in the Houston area, hit me up, and we may kick it sometime. So, first, get back down in your body, and also be aware of the tendency. In case you're like, yeah, you've said the body thing, that's awesome, I got it, that makes sense. The makes sense is wonderful, but how much are we actually practicing? How much do we actually embody? It's very easy to get lost in our head with information and say, oh yeah, I got it. That I read this book and that principle. I saw this guy, he said this thing, I understand. Cool. But how much are you actually practicing, and how much is it actually changing your life? How much are you embodying that understanding and letting it be a part of your daily experience to really shift your reality? So just being aware, I've noticed that in myself. I used to be all about the information, and that's one level. But really, yeah, I understand. I've been through that phase too. But really, as we begin to embody it and practice what we learn and become aware of, then that's what shifts our experience, really. So to come back down in your body, tapping, shaking, bouncing, dancing, grooving, whatever works. Let your mind just be free and hang out. The energy meditation stuff we did at the beginning. And if you guys didn't catch that, please feel free to go back and watch the replay for the first few minutes. I've not read a whole lot about Zen. I mean, all things come from the same basic truth, the same basic principle. But as far as I understand it, Zen is about simply being completely and totally in the present moment, like on that razor's edge where there's no future, there's no past, and staying in that place, which is the only truth. There is no moment but now. And as we do that, it opens us up to truth, is the little bit that I understand. Cool, ride the bike. Yeah, there you go. Plenty of vibration. Awesome. Yeah, actually, jogging is a thing that I enjoy doing to get myself back in my body. But yeah, ride the bike, man. Enjoy. So one other thought, and this is two words that have revolutionized my experience these past couple days. And hey, welcome, welcome. And I offer them to you. It's simple, but it's effective. And the words are, what if? Because as things start happening and as perspectives, and like I said, there's a piece of me that I'm not quite sure what's going to happen in my life a month from now or a month and a half from now. I mean, granted, nobody knows what's going to happen tomorrow or 10 minutes from now, and I respect that. But I mean, we all have kind of an idea, like, okay, I've got this certain job, I got this certain income, I got this certain family, these friends. I have a rough picture of what's going to happen a month from now, 2 months from now. And yeah, that could radically shift. But like, I really have a little uncertainty around some things in my life that are going to be happening the next month from now. Yes, exactly. Live in the present. And by all means. It's very easy for us, though, to, when the thoughts come up about what's going to happen, oh my gosh, I don't know what might, here. And remember, thoughts create perspective. Yes, absolutely. There's freedom in unknowing, and the present is the only true joy. I totally agree with you. And so I'm rolling with the unknown. I guess the point I'm kind of coming to right now is some people are not at that place right now. Some people get lost in their thoughts. Some people, they have the worst case scenario and the anxiety and all the above come up. And to say, just be in the moment. They're like, be in the moment? What do you mean be in the moment? I got all this shit that might happen, And so for that, I would offer the phrase, what if? And what I mean by that is, as my mind starts going with, oh, well, this thing might happen, that might screw up, and this might happen, whatever, I just be like, time out. What if? What if everything just worked out? What if this new client came up, a week from now that you don't even know is going to happen, and it adds this extra income and totally revolutionizes, it starts a shadow, starts a shadow. Yeah, okay, there we go. Starts a train of experience that then brings massive income and massive service and just changes everything in your life, What if you meet somebody tomorrow that is just absolutely perfect for you, and this relationship develops that you never even thought possible? What if this? What if that? And the idea being, it shifts our perspective. It shifts our thoughts. If we're in that negative thinking mode and we're processing worst case scenarios, remember we talked about thoughts create perspective, create reality, create our experience, and then create more thoughts. And if you missed that part, probably 10, 15 minutes into the scope, yeah, I say about that, give or take. But anyway, if you guys want to search back, there was a piece about that I talked about that may be enlightening for you. But so if you're lost in that train of thought, just stop it and be like, okay, but what if? What if this positive thing happened? What if something might shift tomorrow that could revolutionize everything? What if? And the more, and actually, by the way, I've got a note on my fridge that says, what if? And yes, actually, exercise is a form of meditation too. I agree. Meditation, let it imbue itself in all your activities. I took a dry erase marker and I wrote, what if, with a big question mark. Yeah, exactly. What if everything went well? Yes, ma'am. Exactly. So, and it's helpful to have those reminders. So, on your wrist, right? What if in pen? Like I said, I got a little note on my fridge that says, what if? I got a thing in my bathroom mirror that says, what if? I wrote in dry erase marker so it doesn't make it right on. So you can erase it easily, doesn't make any permanent marks. And then just going through my life, if I notice that those negative spirals come up, yeah, exactly. Thanks, y'all. Yeah. What if everything that happens was to benefit you greatly? Yes. What if our experience right now is exactly what we need to become the men and women we need to be? And in doing so, we can, life will unfold beautifully for us and vault us to the next highest level of experience. Yeah, exactly right. What if, and just fill in the blank with something beautiful and positive, and that just, it stops that negative thinking and puts us on the positive spin. And then, yeah, I understand. And it puts us on that positive spiral. And again, positive thoughts create positive perspectives, create positive actions, create positive results in our life, which then create more positive thoughts, and it keeps flowing and flowing and flowing. So, come back down in your body, something, exercise, physical, whatever. Yeah, yeah, and it's amazing how simple truth is and how simple and easy. We try to make things more complicated. Um, it's, I guess, part of our habit. Um, well, yeah, okay, touche. I'll give you that. And yeah, the mind is very. When is my birthday? July 4th, 79. So I am 36. So yeah, come back down in your body, and what if? And just put those reminders everywhere. And also, I highly recommend you meditate. Oh, this is another thing too I wanted to put out there, and you guys can give me a little bit of feedback. During my meditation today, I got the idea of, in addition to the scope broadcasts where I offer some insights and answer questions and things like that, just having a 10 or 15 minute like actual just meditation thing, where together, rather than me telling you get back in your body, sit and breathe, whatever. Just a scope broadcast where I'm not really worried about chat boxes, but I just, say, hey, what's up? And then we do some sort of, 5 minute get back in our body kind of thing. Um, yeah, well, hey, I see people that are 15 realizing it and I have the same thoughts, so I totally get you. But thank you. Um, so, uh, so yeah, something that, hey, we all have our bits. So just a brief meditation thing where we get back in our body together and then sit and breathe for 5 or 10 minutes and just have a meditative practice through Periscope. Is that something you guys feel like you would enjoy and be interested in? And then after that, I can kind of flow into what these have been, which is the more insights and all the above. Cool. Awesome. All right. Well, then I will tomorrow sometime. My intention is in this same late morning time. It's going to vary every day depending on what goes on with my world. But again, you guys can always catch the replay if nothing else. But my desire is to start putting my scopes in like the late morning, early afternoon kind of area. So what I'll probably do is start with well, basically, we can still hang out and talk. Cool, and yeah, John Vodka, I totally respect that. Although, why not add a little bit extra somewhere, right? Um, yes, ma'am. Few but active, and that creates massive change. Yeah, I definitely love the interaction and desire to keep that. That's going to be a cornerstone of this because that's how we can all really grow together. So what my intention is kind of start basically begin it with a 15-minute scope or so, 10-15 minutes of here's the basic meditation technique. Yeah, I agree. I'm really loving hanging out with you guys. And just spend that 15 minutes where I'm not worried about the chat boxes or anything like that. And we just do our meditation together. And that gives you guys and newbies kind of an idea, rather than just me talking about it, what actually doing something. Oh, 36, actually, not 46. Not quite there yet. And also, if I do this, that makes it slightly more showing my age. But anyway, so yeah, we'll do that. And then I'll stop that scope, start a new one with what I've been doing here, which is more of the daily insights and the interaction, the feed boxes, or feedback and questions and all that kind of stuff. So that's that's my intention. So I'm glad to get the positive feedback from you guys. I had a little resistance at first when the idea came up, but it just seems like the right thing to do, and it feels good. So, Right on. Yeah, kind of like guided meditation, and it might be. I'm gonna allow it to unfold itself. If I do a guided meditation and and I talk some through it, cool. If I end up just sitting and breathing and being, and we all do that together, just kind of sharing each other's energy, awesome. Um, I'm gonna let it kind of unfold. Cool. Yeah, John Vodka. I think that's a great start. I've noticed in my own experience that something about moving past that like 30, 45 minute barrier, um, yeah, something about moving that past that 30, 45 minute barrier really helps to get to a new level. Um, I think it can. I think at first, if you meditate with, you know, chill lighting, no or soft music, all of the above, and just kind of a nice chill environment to help you, close your eyes, to help you really go inside and cultivate that sense of peace and presence without being distracted. I think that helps a lot of people at the beginning to catch that sense. But after you begin doing that, um, and you begin to open to that sense, it can be very helpful to allow more and more distractions back in. Um, because again, the idea ultimately, yes, absolutely helps depression for sure. Personal experience, anxiety, depression, which are really just two opposites of the same pole, but it really helps to kind of bring everything back to the middle. Um, awesome. I'm glad it helps. Yeah, it came to me yesterday and it shifted everything. Um, so you're very welcome. You're very welcome. Yeah, it's a catch-all. Meditation rocks. Um, so oh yeah, the idea of distractions, allowing distractions back in, and continuing to practice staying with that inner world, stay with that inner being, as more and more distractions of life come up, can help you to grow those roots and that presence even stronger. Yes, I do, and awesome. I'm glad to hear that meditation really helped you out. But yeah, I thought about having a roommate at one point, and that didn't work out, which is fine. It's kind of one of those save money, but then my space would have other people in it, which I love other people. There's also something about kind of having your nice little Zen place, yeah. So, yeah. Although I will say, well, like everything in life, it has its ups and downs. Um, and definitely alone time is important whether you live alone or not. So I highly recommend. I mean, through meditation, you can have some time to be in your own space. Um, if nothing else, sometimes, yeah. Have you? You probably have, but have you like asked your mom to be like, "Hey, mom, I love you, and I'm here to do whatever you need me to help you do, but during this certain time, if you could kind of not shout, or yell at me or whatever. Just I'm doing my meditation thing, and I would really appreciate it if you would give me this space, and then I'll come help you out. After that. Maybe you have, maybe you haven't. I don't know, but if not, it's amazing when we come with a place of, okay, then maybe letting her know. And just say, hey, from a not from a damn it, woman, stop, yelling at me. That doesn't work. But from a just hey, I just want to let you know that I'm doing this meditation practice, making a really now I do have an intention, by the way, to find a wonderful woman and start a family and all of the above. Just I've had other focuses of late, but yeah, if we put sometimes incense, but if we let other people know around us what's going on and we honor ourselves, then you will be amazed how many people around you honor you too. So stand in your own strength and just very gently, I don't know what a zafu is. Um, Very gently just be like, hey, mom, I'm doing this meditation thing, or hey, husband or wife or kids or whatever. And yes, first work within yourself, yeah. I'm doing this thing, and, I would really appreciate if you guys could just kind of give me this space to be in my own zone, and then when I'm done, I will happily help you guys out with whatever you need. And again, honor yourself in your own space, and that makes it much easier to come back out in the world and help those, once we're done with that, and it creates a much more harmonious environment. I don't have a specific, I'm sitting on a pillow right now, and sometimes I'll sit on it flat. Sometimes I double it up and sit on it like that. I find that it makes a definite difference. Okay, cool. Thanks for the heads up, man. I will write down Zafu and check out Amazon and see what I can find. All right. Thanks, man. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of these myself. I also have some others that are quite worse for wear that has the Homer doing the I am so smart, like SMRT, I am so smart. If you're in the Houston area, come hang out and kick it sometime. Thanks, man. Thanks. Yeah, I'm a huge Simpsons fan. They got me through some dark times in my life when nothing else made me laugh, and so yeah, huge fan. Thanks. So I tell you what, y'all. And enjoy. Go to New York, and thank you for the love and the kind words. I'm gonna call it today. I got good for you. Have a dream, one step at a time. Take action little by little, and you will be amazed what you can do. Just a few minutes or a few dollars a day or a few moments of meditation or whatever. So I'm gonna call it for today. I will be back. If you've not already followed me, please do so. I'll follow you back. And then also, I'm doing the scope thing, but I get the sense that some people would like to go even deeper than that. And so I do life and wellness coaching as well. You're very welcome. I do life and wellness coaching as well, and I offer free clarity sessions for like an hour and a half where you and I just sit down. If you're in the area, cool, we can do it in person, we can do Skype, we can do phone, and just really sit down and open more deeply to where you are in your life, where you want to be, what's in your way. I can offer practical techniques and insights and experience that I have of things to really help you vault to the next level, and it's a much more one-on-one targeted thing. Please feel free to email me, Alan, ALAN _ D for Dwayne _ Brock, BROCK, the number 1 at msn.com. So Alan, ALAN _ just the little underline line, D _ Brock, my email, BROCK, I probably should have said that. Brock, BROCK, the number 1 at that's a damn good idea, thank you, at msn.com. So please email me and we can just have that free hour and a half, and then from that point, all you guys said the same thought at the same time. That's an awesome idea. I don't know why I didn't think of that. Everybody has their blind spots, right? But thank y'all. And hit me up, and then from there, if we decide that it's a win-win to go on to a further coaching relationship, awesome. If you just get an hour and a half of somebody that cares about you and that has your best interest and can help you vault to the next level, and you get some service out of that, awesome. Cool. Let me know, brother. I do not have the app Zoom. I will check that out as well, just to see what it's about. Cool. Thank you. All right. Peace, Shadow. Take care. And cool. You're very welcome. Okay. Video conference thing. Right on. I've thought about doing either individual coaching stuff or taking some people that are really into this scope and doing like a group coaching program as well. So all different things we can play with. But just connect with me through the email. I will put it in the bio as soon as we end this scope. I really appreciate that thought. So, much love. Be blessed. I will see y'all tomorrow. We'll start a meditation practice together as well. And I'll check out Zoom for sure. Thanks. I love you. Be blessed. Bye-bye. Thank you for the hearts.